Hi students, very good afternoon. Just some time back, the institute has released another notification. The moment the notification got released, I was getting continuously messages, Sir, should I upload COVID report because I have opted out? So this kind of questions I'm continuously getting. See, always read the notification clearly. We all are CA students and pursuing CA, we must be good at least reasonable interpretation. Fine. What is there in the notification? First, let us read and then I'll explain whether are you supposed to give COVID report or not. By the way, without confusion, first, you need not give COVID report and all. If at all you selected the reason, symptoms of COVID, not COVID. Okay, fine. What is that? We'll discuss about it a minute while later. Fine. What is the notification? The notification says 27th November 2020. So opt out due to COVID-19. Now, what the notification says? In continuation of announcement dated on 7th November regarding opt-out scheme, wherein the students were allowed to opt out for various reasons. By the way, shall we look at what are the various reasons? These are the three reasons which they have given in this 7th November notification. What reasons they have given? The students who are currently COVID positive are having symptoms of COVID-19 at any time up to the conclusion of exams. Suppose if you are having COVID positive, obviously you can't write, you obviously opt out. Or even if you are having symptoms of COVID positive, maybe during the exam you may opt out. Okay, fine. Next, whose family members with whom the students stay are COVID positive. Suppose you are residing with your parents and some of you at your home, some of your family members are affected with COVID, then also you are eligible to opt out. And third one, if your residence falls under containment zone, then also you can opt out. There are totally three reasons which they have mentioned. Now, what the notification once again says, let us read. So, in continuation of the old announcement, 7th November, the students were allowed to opt out for various reasons due to COVID-19, and such opt-out was permitted without production of any supporting documents. Yes, the notification says very clearly you just have to give a self-declaration. I hope if you have gone through the opt-out procedure, if at all any of you have gone through the opt-out procedure, you have that button called click here. If you click, you'll get a form. You just have to fill the details in the blanks, scan it and then upload it. There is no other proof which is required. Only that declaration is what institute has asked for. Yes or no? Yes. Now another paragraph they've added. Now they're asking another information. Now what this information? The entire confusion lies in this paragraph. Now what is this? In view of the interest of fellow students and to sensitize, they said sensitize. The spelling mistake, it's actually sanitize. In view of the interest of fellow students and to sanitize the centers for further strengthening the precautionary measures. See, if at all, normal sanitization is different, and if at all a COVID patient attended there and then left, and that place the sanitization procedure is different. So for that reason, this notification is released. See, institute wanted to take even more precautions. Simple. Suppose you are just having symptoms and you have opted out. Fine. And suppose later on, maybe after 1 or 2 days or 3 days, you went for testing. You did not get any positive and all. So you're not affected with COVID, but because of the symptoms that you have, you opted out. You need not give any sort of proof. You need not submit any sort of COVID report and all. Who should submit your? Suppose you are having symptoms and you opted out. Immediately you went for testing and you were tested positive, which means definitely the examination center which you have attended, definitely you would have left some traces of COVID virus. So in order to protect the students there and in order to protect the people who are visiting that examination center, that center has to be sanitized not in ordinary way but in some extra efforts, with some extra efforts. That is the reason institute is asking, if at all you opted out because of the COVID reason or symptoms of COVID, if at all you have tested positive later on, please give that report to the institute mail ID examination center details, all that, the institute corresponding people will go and sanitize. They will appoint somebody there to sanitize, and that person will, they will take care of sanitization part, so that fellow students, centers, the hygiene can be maintained, the precautions can be maintained. Don't misinterpret. Not everybody who ever opted out should submit COVID report. Not. If you have tested COVID positive and you already attended that exam center, because that exam center is being visited by multiple students also, because the virus can sustain for few days, it has to be sanitized well. Just a precautionary measure. It's not a condition. Even now, you can opt out without submitting any proof. Just self-declaration is enough. That's it.